So how was your experience? Tell the people about that experience.
Going into it, I was like, I want to be all natural, like no epidural, didn't want to be induced. That changed like week 39.
Did you know Deandre Ayton dunked on me before? Welcome to the first ever episode of A Little Healing. And we talk about faith, life, relationships, and we play some games and tell some stories. So we're going to start out this with a little bit of prayer from my beautiful wife, Alisha.
Okay. Lord, thank you for touching us and waking us up this morning. Thank you for just continuing to watch over us and for allowing us to make it to the end of the day safely. We just ask that you just speak through us and help us to say the right things that you would have us to share with everybody else. We love you and we can't thank you enough for all the many blessings you've stored upon us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. So we got a little verse of the week. We like to do this every time. So this will be here from here on out. So we're going to be reading 1 Corinthians.
First Corinthians.
It's the same thing. 1 Corinthians first.
I've never heard anybody say
Really?
that.
You never heard anybody say that?
No, go ahead.
All right. So 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It's not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no recordings wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always preserves. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Very popular verse. I think a lot of people know that one.
Yeah.
But it's very important as well.
Yeah. So what do you think the meaning behind of it is?
I don't know. I always thought of that as like when people are like, oh, what kind of relationship are you looking for? Like, what do you look for in a person? It's like that verse always comes to mind. Or like even when I'm just talking to my friends about relationships in general, like this always comes to mind. Just because it's like, I feel like a lot of people get caught up on the emotional part of it, but it's more like a verb, like action. And so it's like, slow to anger, like telling the truth, like it's not proud, you don't envy the other. It's mostly based on action and not so much of the emotional part of it. So.
Yeah, I kind of feel that same way because when even though this was like the first time I actually heard this verse when I read it like a couple of days ago, I like it kind of resonated with me because I feel like I don't really try to envy others or I'm always just content with my friends and my relationships and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's a good point too. It doesn't just have to be like a romantic relationship. It can be with your friends too because, really you're supposed to love everybody, but just trying to incorporate that in every relationship that you have or just random people that you see or you meet. So yeah, I like that you said that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of, I don't know if it's right, but to the point of showing off your relationship on social media and stuff like that. I feel like that just turns out just bad. So kind of just, keep it private, You can show it off here and there, but all the time, those are the ones that don't work out the best, honestly. All right, so now we got some life updates. As you can already tell, if you're listening, you can't really see, but if you want to watch it, go to our YouTube channel, A Little Healing. But we have our first child. Her name is Genesis, as you can see. Alisha is holding her right now, and she's very content. So she might wake up during this, but I think she'll be asleep pretty much the whole time. She's very content. Mm-hmm. She was 20 inches, 7 pounds, and 7.5 ounces. So she was about average or normal?
I think that's kind of average. I think...
You're a nurse, I don't know.
I'm not a nurse, I'm in school, but... But yeah, I think that's pretty average. It's not huge, but she's not small.
Yeah, exactly.
She's small.
Yeah. So how was your experience? Tell the people about that experience. I know that was
Yeah. I mean, going into it, I was like, oh, I want to be all natural. I want to do all the natural things, like no epidural. Didn't want to be induced. that changed like week 39. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm ready to have this baby. So I got scheduled to be induced, but I still wanted to do like the no epidural thing, just because I like learned so many complications that can come from it in nursing school, and so I was scared to do it that way. And I've always wanted to just try the first one natural, but man, I'm so glad I got the epidural because we got there, what, Saturday night?
Yeah, like 9 p.m.
Yeah, and then they started giving me medication to try to ripen my cervix so that it can get soft so that she can start making her way out. And like it wasn't really working at first. Yeah, I really didn't start feeling anything. I think it was around like, I don't know, 5 or 6 centimeters where I started feeling it. And by then it was like the next day. It was Sunday, and everybody keeps asking me like what a contraction feels like, and I honestly can't describe it. It doesn't feel like a cramp. Like, I feel like cramps have never been anything for me. Like, maybe the first day it's like it hurts a little bit, but I feel like I can get through a cramp. But a contraction?
What's the times rating? Is it like 2 times worse?
I
3
really
times
can't
worse?
even tell. It's not even the 2 or 3, no. It's more like
10?
even then, maybe more, because it was literally the worst thing I've
20?
ever felt in my life. Maybe 20, maybe
No.
more than that. I'm telling you, like, I've never in my life felt anything like that. So around 5 centimeters, I think it was when I got my epidural, because they came in there, they're like, well, if you feel like the pain is getting kind of intense, then you should get it now because a lot of people are in line for it. And so I was like, yeah, because I was so scared that it was going to get worse. And so they put me in line, and the man came in there. He was super nice. All my nurses were nice too. Like, I loved my experience with that, but oh man. The thing is, like, I got the epidural, it helped at first. And they were like, okay, press this button to increase it. Like, if it starts to wear off, you can press it. So I was chilling after I got it, didn't feel nothing. And then I was sitting up, literally sitting straight up in the bed. And they kept putting me in different positions to try to like help still like open up my pelvis and stuff so that she can move her way down. But I couldn't move my legs, so they had to do it for me. And after a while, I could feel it in my stomach, like the contractions again, because the medication was going straight to my legs because of the positions that I was in. And I'm just steady hitting the button because I'm like, why isn't this working anymore? Like, I could feel it. And I try to tell everybody, and they just think I'm being dramatic. And it's like my legs were numb, but I could feel the contractions. And so, like, as the day went on, they were trying to figure out, like, how to help me because I couldn't explain it. It was my first kid, first time getting an epidural, didn't know what was happening.
The first time it was the epidural, the first time, like, you felt fine, right? But
yeah.
Then, like, I know, like, after, like, a couple hours, it kind of wore off, and then it was just, like, and you were just going through it. I was like, oh,
at that time, it was, like, I want to say, I was, like, 8 centimeters dilated.
When?
And when I really started, like...
No, you were about, like, 6.
I was still at 6?
Yeah, you were, like, 5, 6.
Well... Because
it took forever to get to 5.
It did take forever.
It took forever to get to 5.
And I knew it was going to take my body a while because it was the first one. But it always takes the longest. But oh my gosh. Like at one point I was just crying. I was bawling. I was making the weirdest noises because I was just trying, the contractions just kept coming and they were getting closer and closer and more intense. And all I remember is like everybody was in the room. Like Malcolm was there, he was trying to help me count through them. And my mom was there, she would like massage my legs and pray. And I was like... I was trying
to do it like reps, because, you know, we play basketball.
Yeah.
So, like, you got 15 seconds left. You got to push through 15 seconds.
It helped at first, but after a while, it was like, this is the longest basketball workout I've ever done. But I mean, I don't want to scare anybody. Like, right now, like,
you gotta tell the honest
I
truth.
know, you have to tell the truth.
Because people want to know exactly what goes on. Like, they're just gonna, like, yeah. Yeah, so my experience, I was just a roller coaster of emotions. At first, it was chill. But then once, like, 5, 6, 7 p.m. rolled around, that's when the roller coaster started happening. Because she kind of did the same thing I did when I was inside of my mom's room. Like, the tubes were tangled around her neck, so her heart rate was starting to go down. And me and her mother were just all over the place with our emotions. But we were staying strong, though, so... And then I was crying. It was just... I was trying not to cry at that point. I was like... I had to like look out the window to make sure I wasn't like... Tears were rolling down my face. I don't know how her sisters and the godmother were just sitting there not like feeling
I don't think
anyway.
they knew what was going on, to be honest.
No, they did.
Mm.
Anywho, once she popped out though, like I have never been in shock before like that. I was like... And then I just started crying for no reason. Like, that's probably the most I've cried in a while. But it was just crazy. Just seeing that come out of her. I didn't want to say it like that, but...
Yeah, it was crazy. I could feel... after they got the epidural under control, I couldn't feel anything anymore. But I could feel, like, her head pop out. And it was crazy because they had me pushing, like, doing practice pushes and stuff. And then... when the doctor came in, it happened in like 2 minutes, if that. It was like, he was like, okay, put his gloves on. And then he was like, okay, push. And I pushed and I felt I could feel like a pop. It was the craziest feeling ever. It didn't hurt at all, but
a pop?
Yeah, like I could feel a pop come out of my face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the next thing I knew, they were like, push one more. Oh, everybody's like, oh, I see her head. Push one more time.
I didn't see her head
You
until she actually came out.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I was in shock too when I first saw her, and they were like trying to they tried to like put her on me, but at the same time, like the cord isn't like super long, so they couldn't put her all the way up here until it was cut. So she's like laying on my stomach, her head looks weird, she's like covered in blood.
Look like makeup mind almost.
It was crazy, but man, I'll never forget that experience.
Yeah, and she had almost a world record time of pushing for the first time. 26 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's something like that, 20-something minutes.
That was crazy.
But yeah. It was a cool
I wish I
experience.
experienced, but I don't want to experience that.
You wish you could experience that?
I mean, just to see what it's like.
Oh no, you don't.
Okay, I
You
guess
don't.
I don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't.
It's like a kick in the balls about, what,
No,
100 times?
It
No, it's 100 times.
no,
Actually,
I feel like if you put your balls on the road and somebody ran them over,
Ow.
maybe. But I don't know. I don't think that there's you can't compare that pain to anything else.
Yeah, and it's crazy because she's a week and a day old, and it seems like it's been an eternity since we've had her, honestly. But it's like, she's cute. Very,
She's super
very,
cute.
very cute.
She's not a hard baby either. She's pretty. She just cries when she's hungry.
But when she cries, she
lets you know.
but she just likes making noises too.
She has a lot of personality for a newborn.
I want to see what she's like in a year.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be bossing everybody around.
Not me.
You too. You're gonna be the worst one.
Yeah. Yes. That was a wild ride. It feels like it was like 3 months ago for some reason, even though it was like last week.
Nice.
It was already last week.
I know, that is crazy to think about. But I forgot to mention, I tore 3rd-degree tear because, like he said, the cord is wrapped around her neck, and so they're trying to get her out as fast as possible so that they can obviously get it off. But everything happened so fast that I had a 3rd-degree tear, which is from my vagina all the way down to my butt. And that was one of the worst parts. That's been one of the worst parts of like the postpartum. It's because I don't know if I can say all this, but it's hard to go to the bathroom. It's hard to sit down. It's hard to stand up. Not so much anymore, but like at the beginning, I just wanted. I didn't know what to do with myself. But yeah, it's getting better now. But that was tough.
Yeah, you couldn't really go number 2 for...
I don't think I went for like the first 5 days.
That's crazy.
It was bad.
That's
But
wild. That's what a ride. It's fellas just. I know a lot of y'all passed out. I didn't pass out. I wasn't. I knew I wasn't gonna pass out. Everyone thought I was gonna pass out for some reason, but I don't even know how to say it, because it's like you're shocked that something just popped out, and it's like, I don't know, but yeah. Just don't pass out. I don't know how you all pass out to that, but.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Anywho. So how do we resolve conflict in our marriage? Because that's kind of a tricky one. When you let me ask you this.
Okay.
When I make you mad, what do you like to do?
I like to be by myself, which I don't know if that's the best, but I feel like at least for a little bit, just so I can gather my thoughts and I don't say anything that I'll regret later, because I do that. Like,
She's evil.
I'm not evil.
Very evil.
It's just like if you make me mad in the moment, and I feel like I give you warnings. Like
I do.
I give
No,
you
okay.
chances.
I'll give her that. She does give me chances. I like pushing her to the
yeah,
edge.
he does, and not even to the edge, like off the cliff. And so, and once I'm off the cliff, like yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, what I'm gonna say, and so I just need to be by myself.
Yeah, and I'm the complete opposite. I'll be mad for like a second, and then I'll just be happy again, and then
Which makes it worse. Like
No,
how
really.
are you gonna make a big deal out of something and then be okay 2 seconds later?
I think for me, honestly, like when she makes me mad, like I just think about it. I'm like, it's really like something silly. I'm like, all right, it doesn't really matter at this point. And then she's already mad that I'm mad, and then it's just. But yeah, we usually give each other probably like space for about like 2-3 hours, and then we'll come back to each other.
I mean, like when you're married too, it's hard because it's not like we have anywhere else to go. We stay in the same place.
And
sleep
we
in
live
the
in
same bed.
Yeah, and we live in an apartment too. It's like
Right.
a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's kind of hard to get away. So, if you want to strengthen your marriage or your relationship, get a 1-bedroom. It'll work wonders. If you get a 2-bedroom, then I don't know how it's gonna work out. She wanted a 2-bedroom, but
Yeah, I did. But it's probably better this way, like you said.
yeah, because it helps help us grow, get to know each other a little bit more.
She's knocked out. Her mouth is like wide open.
Anyways, we're on to the game section now. So, we get 10 tries. We're playing the Telekinesis Game. If you don't know what that is, we count down 3, 2, 1, and we say a word, and we got to get to the same word. We got to just basically be thinking the same word, if that makes sense. You'll see how it goes when we play it. All right,
Are we doing a category or we're just doing random words?
We'll just go random words.
All right.
All right. All right, first word. You ready? I got mine already.
Okay. Okay, go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
School.
Book. Ooh, close. Okay. I wonder if this counts. I wonder if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
Probably not. I know what I
Okay,
have
okay, I got one. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Paper. Oh, come on. We have to get this. Come on. All right, I got my
I
word.
don't know. I have a word, but I don't know if it's what you think. Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Pen.
Essay. I was gonna say pen. And I was like, this.
What's that? 3? We're at 3.
Maybe 4.
No, this is 4. This one's 4.
This one's 4.
Yeah. What did you say? Essay? And I said pen?
I said essay. You said pen.
Oh, God. Wait, we're not getting this right now. All right. I got my word.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Teacher.
Word.
Word and teacher.
Oh, gosh. We just ventured off. That's 4. Okay. Teacher, pencil.
This is the 5th one. Okay.
Teacher word. Teacher word.
Teacher.
Okay.
word.
I think I got it. You got it? You got a word?
Okay.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
English. Okay.
What was that? 5 tries?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
That's good. That was really good.
I know.
That wasn't that bad.
I thought, for some reason, I felt like we were going to get it on that one. I don't know why, but I just felt like we were going to get it on that one.
We should have had pen. I was gonna say it.
I know, you should have said pen.
You could have said my word too.
What?
I don't remember what word
Say
it was. I don't remember.
Oh god. Did you know Deandre Ayton dunked on me before? Did you know that?
I don't know if you've told me this.
Well, yeah. So I went to school with Deandre when I was in 8th grade. I was about 5'6", probably $120 maybe. He was the same height he is now, about 7 foot. Yeah. So we were doing, the drill 3-on-2, 2-on-1. So I shot the 3-pointer or whatever, and I think I missed or maybe I don't even remember. But anyways, I came back on defense. It was one of my other teammates and him, and then he just passed Deandre. He was dribbling down the court. He kind of threw it up to Deandre. I tried to jump and grab it. Why did I do that? I have no clue because I'm 5'6", $120. He's 7 foot, and yeah, you know how that ended. And I think I couldn't do nothing about it because I was yay high. He was yay high. Yeah.
Did he jump over you or was it balls to the face?
Why? I don't want to say that. That's what I said. You know what happened. It was more. I was on the side actually, because I jumped and it was
balls to the shoulder.
Yeah. Balls to the.
Dang, that's tough. It's okay.
Deandre, if you're still out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Devastating.
Balboa School. Get it right.
Okay.
Anyways, that wraps up episode 1. And we'll be back next week. See you on Sunday. Make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe down below.